everyone should do the same exercise? You're saying base exercise off of you and not what everyone else is doing?
Exactly. It should always just follow my cookie cutter program. I'm bold and brash, and I'll tell you mine works and no one else's. Right. I'm Kris Gethin. I'm going to be training to prepare for an Ironman. I'm giving myself 6 months, and we're going to do it. Good morning. It is day 120. Last week we started with biceps and moved on to triceps. This week we're going to do the opposite so we can prioritize a different muscle group, being the triceps this week. Then we'll move on to biceps before going into our swim today. Come on, motherfucker. So you should be really recovered, even though you had your cardio to do over the weekend. You need to make sure that you have optimal recovery by completely resting when you're not being active. If you do have a laborious job, then you're probably going to have to take more sleep in order to recover so you can put in 110% effort today. Change the environment of the workout a little bit so your arms have to adapt by growing. If you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got. And now I'm going to get the recaged in me, post-workout protein. So to faster assimilate that protein and get it to the localized areas to help them to recover, to grow, I'm going to be swimming. So as soon as I'm done, I'm going to get home, do a little bit of packing, and fly to Texas. Alright, so myself, look, it isn't sunshine. This isn't a pretty version.
I'm not as good looking.
We got Nick got halted, who's usually behind the camera, but now he's part of the. So we're heading off to Texas now, and was it like 12 flight?
It's 4 hours. Yeah.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a longer flight.
Holy shit! I didn't know it was that long. Well, I got a crap load of meals up there, so I'm pretty good for food at the moment. And then, so first thing I'm probably going to do is get my headphones so I don't have to listen to him,
Talk all night.
Exactly.
Correction, it's a 3-hour flight.
3 hours. Okay, I only have to put up with you for 3 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours, I was
love
thinking.
every minute.
I don't mind flying for 4 hours, but when I'm next to this geezer, well, actually, it isn't so bad because there's a lot of room in the seats because he's a smaller gentleman.
Son of a bitch.
Right. Well, I found the gym, even though it wasn't part of the training schedule. After I've been on a flight, I always feel like I have to move. It makes me feel better. I get energy pretty much straight off the bat. Doesn't matter if I've flown internationally or nationally. It just helps regulate me as long as I stay hydrated, eat the food that I pack, and get in a workout. I get straight into the routine. And I got a lot of meetings tomorrow, so my brain needs to be on point. So I just completed 30 minutes on the Stairmaster here. That's going to be plenty now, so I'm going to pause that bad boy and have a shower and hydrate and eat and prepare. It's like nearly 8 o'clock now and prepare for tomorrow's meetings. Day 121. I said last week, I feel like I'm coming down with something and something's just been hovering around ever since. Well, it's getting worse now. It's a bit of a pain in the ass because obviously I've got to continue training. So I figured that the cardio would be alright, but maybe just forego the weight training. I'll just go throughout the day and see how it goes. But the air conditioning here certainly isn't helping. But I'm going to go down and hit the bike now and see how that feels. I've got 15 minutes left. Just found this spin bike, so I've ridden my hour this morning. Tried to start my cool down. I did the cardio this morning, did the spin bike, and now You know, we went straight into a lot of meetings today. Very good, very productive, but nevertheless, it's like 6:10 p.m. now, or 10 to 6 p.m. So it's nearly 12 hours later than what I'm usually used to training. Obviously, you can't always control the time that you're training. I just didn't have time to train and do my cardio this morning before this morning's event. So we're hitting legs now. Isn't the most beneficial. I honestly don't feel like training legs at the moment. I don't feel like training any body part. You know, we have to commit to these things, and just like anything in life, you have to do things that you don't want to fucking do sometimes. So consistency and persistence is what's going to get you to where you need to go. All right, the end of day 121's workout, and we just completed the legs. Now, the footage may look a little bit different because we got busted while we was in there. Hotel gyms don't see, they frown upon people with videographers. So Nick got halted, got busted here. So he got creative and filmed the rest with a phone. And as soon as I finished, mixed up the recaged here and got straight onto the bike, exactly where I was first thing this morning for my second cardio session. So I'm going to use this as a form of recovery to shuffle that recaged around my body, get rid of the lactic acid, so I can be fresh and recovered for tomorrow. All right, I've dragged my ass down to the pool here, even though today, as I mentioned, is an optional training day, so it is a non-training day. I've decided to get my ass down here to the pool just in case I can't get Friday swimming. Who knows? Maybe I can, maybe I can't. But there's a fantastic pool here, so I figured let's take advantage of it and get this swimming before my meetings start. And at least if I get it in, it's done then. I don't have to worry or be so frustrated if I can't get it in on Friday. So I'm just gonna go for Friday's workout, which is a lot of drill sets, a lot of fast drill sets, and just emulate that today. So it is Wednesday here. I am with Nick Got Halted. I just found out what got halted means. So it's a relevant AKA for Nick. Perfect. Anyway, so I'm about to go into a meeting here. I'm going through my notes. We're going to be explaining to some people and a lot of followers of Cage Muscle about the Cage Muscle brand and what it's all about, what's a differentiator. And I really look forward to these pieces of communication to get the message across, because people always have those aha moments, the difference between our supplements over a lot of other supplements and how we're trying to bridge the gap between not just sports performance but health. Anyway guys, better get in there. See you later. And obviously Nick is everywhere with that camera.
Boom.
Good morning. We are speeding. I'm gonna tell. We are on our way to Brian Cassad's gym that Jason Poston trains out of quite frequently. So I spoke to Jason when I arrived about getting together and having a workout. It was his birthday yesterday. I said, are you sure you still want to get up and get your workout in? He's like, damn right. So we're going to be hitting shoulders and abs today.
Never tried True 25, but when you're with Kris Gethin, KG, the KGs go up.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, that hit the spot. All right, guys, that just went down. Just hit out an awesome workout with Jason Poston, IFBB Pro. Smashed some delts there. I was supposed to do my run straight after, but as usual, ran out of time. I'm gonna have to go back later and do my Oh God, wait for an 8-mile run. Sitting outside here in the shade has never felt so good. The treadmill over there is absolutely drenched. I did 8 miles on there, and it took a lot longer than I anticipated. It took me about an hour and a half. Man, the heat here killed me. I've just been outside, just wringing out sweat out of this thing. It's friggin' disgusting. This heat here, it's the humidity, it's friggin' phenomenal. Halted. Absolutely phenomenal. It's a good way to finish the day. Gonna head on back to the hotel now and attack like 40-50 emails I've got waiting in my inbox. Alright, I better clean up that bloody treadmill. Good morning. It's day 124 here. Had a friggin' terrible night's sleep again last night. Every single night that I've slept here in this friggin' hotel has been absolutely abysmal. And I honestly blame the air conditioning. But it's tough, have to have the AC on. It's so friggin' hot here. But I just hate being in a hotel that you cannot open the windows. So I'm gonna go in and hit chest and back now. I think last week we did it the other way around. We hit the shoulders before, and I just wanted to swap things out because I wanted to make sure back gets a good thrashing when I go in for the swim. Today was another one of those days. I had one of these days in the UK about 7 weeks ago, and I just couldn't wrap my head around the swim, and I finished short. And today is one of those days I'm just fighting some sort of depletion within my brain for some reason. So I got to 2,000 meters, so I've had fuck all sleep. And you know, I've got a lot of work on my plate, and I got a business call now in 45 minutes, and I've got to eat, and I've got a couple of articles to edit before then. That's not going to happen. So all this sort of anxiety is fucking playing on my head as well. So you know what? I'm fucking finished with the swim. I'm getting out of here. It's just one of those days. I am back in Boise. Thank God for that. I'm so happy to be back in Boise. I love Boise so much. I could feel, honestly, how clear the air was as soon as I landed. Even though it was a hot, I think it was like 102, 103 yesterday, it was a comforting hot. It was like getting a cuddle without the sweat. Getting all my stuff ready for the bike ride. It's 4:30 in the morning. I got in late last night from Texas. I must be crazy, but that's what I do. I've got my recaged mixed in here. I do have food packed. I'm about to get my, oh God, doesn't it look beautiful? Look at that. So I just want to get out here at the start of the day. I'm gonna try, no, fuck it, I will. I am gonna do my 100-mile bike ride, my first century ride today. I am 50.4 miles into my ride. 90 miles is on my program today, but I've chosen a relatively flat course. I'm confident that I'm going to do 100 miles today. I wonder if you can see that. Well, if you can't, you're going to have to believe me. 99.7 miles. I've done my century ride, baby. Woohoo! Ain't feeling too bad either. I was feeling really heavy. Just, I think just tired from lack of sleep for the first like 60 miles. Then after 60 miles, I started getting into a rhythm and waking up. So I'm done with that now. So I'm just gonna get indoors, have a recaged now, put my trainers on and go out for my run. Not bad. Hopefully my legs will still work. I'm 4 miles 4.5 miles into my 6-mile run, and I don't feel so much fatigue in my flexors now, which is good. Well, there's 5 miles, and I felt the flexors just starting to ache a little bit now, 5 miles in, which is better than what I was currently feeling before, which was like 2 to 3 miles in, and that was after a much shorter bike ride. So it goes to show what I'm doing for my flexors is definitely working. But the one thing that's killing me more than anything is the friggin' heat. I'm going through so much fluid. I had these bottles filled up, and I probably had a litre that I knocked back immediately after the run with my recaged, and I had to stop at a golf club right now to fill up both these bottles again. That's how much fluid I'm just going through. It's unbelievable. Anyway, I've got to put you down and concentrate now. I'm 46 minutes into my run, and I've only covered like 4 miles. All of this was incline, so I know that I burnt through a lot of calories. Usually I'd wait for about an hour to eat, but 45 minutes at that incline, I know I'm burning through the calories. Fuck, I'm going through some fluid, so I'm really glad that I've got this Camel's Back. Keep that in mind, guys. If you're going out into the wilderness and it's fucking hot, take more than enough water, even if it is an inconvenience carrying all that weight. You'll need it. 12 miles complete. Wow, that was friggin' tough. How long did that take me? At a 10.55 pace, and it took 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'm really, really happy with that pace, with that speed, considering the elevation, the terrain, and the heat and the distance. My focus now is recovery, because we got to get to the gym tomorrow and cool down a little bit, man. It is hot.